Hi, guys. Welcome to the Besties in the Books podcast. I'm Liz.
And I'm Ashley. And welcome to our first annual, very cringy Thanksgiving read episode. Full disclosure, this idea was birthed on a plane back from Vegas. Other people had to hear it too. It was great. We were very tired and delirious, and we thought it would be a good, fun, happy time, an idea to bring to the people. Maybe it was, maybe it wasn't, but either way, it's been a weird, wild time and a ride.
It has been. We're excited to talk to you about it, but also we apologize in advance. You know what I mean?
Hey, we're warning you with the cringe right here.
Yeah, it's a very cringy Thanksgiving. That's what this is. We did our, it's we have our wholesome Thanksgiving episode that we're doing. This is our cringy Thanksgiving episode.
Yeah, so just to kick off November,
Yep.
Kick off the Thanksgiving season. Thanksgiving doesn't get a lot of love, obviously, with media, I would say, in general. So you'll be happy to know it was slim pickings with the books.
Yeah, but we did this for you. We did it.
We did it. And we were going to split up books, but we decided we had enough time. They were short enough that we read both of them.
Yeah, two novellas, two Thanksgiving cringy novellas. Okay, so this is what happened. We'll just take you back.
Take us through it. Take us back.
So, we have this idea okay, well, what do we want to do? And I think that you had originally had the idea to do a cringy Christmas. And I was like, okay. Yeah. And then, from that, we extrapolated cringy Thanksgiving as well. And we were like, well, what does that mean? I was like, you know what? What if we just read some Thanksgiving themed smut from Kindle Unlimited? Let's just do a quick little search and just see what comes up. And it's a very niche thing, but it exists. Mm-hmm. I think that's what's important to remember is no matter what you're into, someone else is also into it and it's available out there for you. It's just what a cool, that's I was telling my husband, I was like, what a cool world we live in now.
Yeah.
Where you're up one night and you're like, you know what? I want some Thanksgiving smut. Can I find some? And you type it in and surely enough, you can.
There you go.
And here we are. So it delivered for sure. So we decided to do two novellas because they were short. We read them both instead of, sometimes Ashley will read one book, I'll read another book. So we read, and just buckle up for this, guys. Okay, so we read Full Sack by Layla Faye, which, okay, I've been saying this. I know everyone's been saying this. That sounds more like it should be a Christmas read. I don't know why it's not.
I know why it's not. I know why it's titled that now. You surely do as well.
Well, we know why it's titled that. We'll talk about it here in a little bit. But it just seems like a missed opportunity for a Christmas read. You know what I mean?
Yeah, because also, maybe she rewrites it as that too.
Maybe. It's we don't know. Okay, so we read Full Sack by Layla Faye.
We haven't gone into the Full Sack lore yet.
No.
And is there a trilogy? There could be. I don't know.
I think it's part of a 6-book series.
Oh, golly. Okay.
Golly, yeah. Okay, and then the other one we read is called 3 Times the Fun by Blythe Reid.
Blythe Reid, yeah.
Blythe Reid. Okay, so, I felt the need to put a couple of these things in here, little disclaimers, just so that you guys know. Typically when we're talking about more I guess you could say sensitive content, we try to talk about it in a way that almost anyone would be able to listen to. If you got it on in the background and your kids are around, it'd probably be okay most of the time. Due to the nature of the content of these books, that might be hard to do from time to time. So you've been warned. Ahead of time. Guys, we're talking about a book called Full Sack. Okay.
Yeah.
So just know where that's going. The other thing is, this is all in good fun. It's because we just, we wanted to get you guys in the holiday spirit. So here we are.
Yep. Do a little science, investigation journalism.
Exactly. We're going to roast it because that's what we do here and it's fun.
It's Thanksgiving. Everybody's roasting stuff. It's all part of the holiday.
It's all part of the holiday. And if you read these, if you read these after this and you end up loving these books, we're so happy that you do, and there's truly something for everyone. And don't ever feel bad about liking something that you enjoy reading. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
we're going to
totally.
poke fun at it, but like truly, if some of the like micro tropes and kinks in these books are like things you're into, if Thanksgiving turns you on, don't feel ashamed.
Yeah, live your best Thanksgiving themed life. Like, do it.
Do it. Yeah.
We're going to roast everything, whether we enjoy it or we don't. Like, we roast our own books that we absolutely love and adore just because that's our personality, our sense of humor. And we're definitely not trying to yuck anybody's yum, but we're gonna call it as we see it and poke jokes when we can. Any opportunity we can to have humor is what we do here on this podcast. So that's what we're all about, baby. So that's what Thanksgiving's all about.
It's what we need in this life, you know, laugh more, you know. So before we get into all that craziness, we just wanted to say thank you so much for being here.
Dude, thank you guys for being here. The holidays are here. You guys, we've been doing this now since March, or April.
Crazy.
I'm losing track. Was that 9-ish months, 6 months? I don't know. It's the time, but we're at the holidays now. So thank you. Happy holidays, everybody.
Yeah, gosh, that's great. Yeah, like
gobble,
8 or 9
gobble,
months.
and ho, ho, ho. I don't know. Yeah, make sure to like, follow, subscribe, you guys. That way you don't miss out on these really cutting edge, riveting, compelling podcasts that we put out every week. Because honestly, we're just here to have a good time. And I hope you guys are having a good time with us because we love having you guys. And thank you so much. Make sure to follow, subscribe, anywhere you like to listen to your favorite podcast, including YouTube. Check us out over on Instagram and TikTok at Besties in the Books Podcast. We didn't put these ones on Fable because this was just like a little treat surprise. If you guys want to join us in a Christmas read or want to know ahead of time, let us know. If we have enough people that want to be a part of the shenanigans, we could put a temporary Fable up because we do need to be temporary with some of them now because Fable says, hang on. Chill out, slow down. You've got too many breeds going on. So we're having to like limit how many fables we can keep up now. So you guys just let us know if you want to be a part of that. Otherwise, we'll just surprise you and hit you with our best shot. And maybe you'll want to read it after, or maybe you'll just have a laugh, or maybe you'll be like, stay away from that, you know?
Stay away from that. Yeah. You know, it's like we all know the holidays can be a hard time for a lot of people.
Yeah.
But, you know, even if the holidays aren't a hard time for you, it's probably at least a little stressful. From time to time.
Chaotic.
Busy. Yeah. And so it's like if we can help by creating just this like funny space for you to like mentally have a break, like that's all we're trying to do.
Yeah.
Welcome. Yep.
Welcome. Thank you guys so much.
Right.
Thank you for being here. Listen to this.
Yeah, we appreciate it. So, all right, should we just start with our fave and fail of the week real quick?
Yeah, let's go. Let's do it.
I have a good one because it's a follow-up to one that I've talked about in the past. Okay, so you guys know that I think I put it as one of my faves on here, but I for sure at least talked about it on like one of our Halloween episodes about how one of my favorite things was my husband getting us matching shirts.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Guys, he just got back from Colorado again, and he bought us matching Christmas shirts.
Oh, husband of the year, everybody. Way to go, Kanan. Good job. That's so cute.
It is so cute. So he brought them to me yesterday, and I was just so excited. So yeah, now we have matching Halloween shirts and matching Christmas shirts, and he's got, you know, 1 million gold stars. So
yeah,
he knows what he's doing. He knows. But I love it so much. It's like my favorite for sure of the week. And then my fail, I kind of already talked to you about it because I'm like, oh my gosh. So guys, and it was funny too because when I picked it for this, I was like, hopefully people don't get the wrong idea because of the content of this episode. So I was telling Ashley before we started filming today that I was feeling a little bit grouchy because my jaw hurts because I went and just got my teeth cleaned at the dentist before we started filming or whatever. But I have a tendency to like clench my jaw so hard that I actually, guys, this is a real thing that can happen. A while back, I sprained my jaw. Like I didn't even know that was a thing. I didn't even know that could happen. But I was like in so much pain after, and it was just like a routine dental cleaning. I was in so much pain. It was like keeping me up at night. I had to take a bunch of Advil. I called, you know, as soon as they were open the next day, and I was like, you guys need to get me in. I think something weird happened. And like,
I'd be worried like an infection or something. Yeah.
Exactly, because I was like, I went in, that would be like me though, right? I go in, they're like, you have a completely clear bill of health, like you're great, no, nothing's wrong, and then I come back with a problem, you know what I mean?
Of course, yeah.
And so I'm like, great. So I go in, and they're like, yeah, literally nothing's actually wrong. He's like, you just sprained your jaw.
Yeah.
Like, are you serious?
Yeah.
Like, okay. So anyway, so that can happen. Just letting anyone know.
Yeah.
Just a good old dentist and injury to my jaw. So anyway, I went today, and now they know to put these little blocks in when they're cleaning my teeth so I can't clench, and she forgot to put them in today, and so my mouth is like super sore, and I'm really hoping that like that didn't happen again, because now I'm super worried about that happening again.
Yeah.
But anyway, that's my fail of the week, because I didn't notice and she didn't notice, and now I'm like, it's too late. If it happened again, the damage is done. And it's probably not great that I'm also like talking for like a couple hours like right afterwards. So
Yeah. Oh,
we're just gonna cross our fingers and like hope for the best.
Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh no. Oh,
It doesn't like,
breaking
I
you.
mean, it's like sore right down here, but like it doesn't really hurt right now.
Yeah.
So I'm hoping it doesn't happen again, but we'll see.
Yeah.
We'll see. So anyways, if it's happened to you, just know it happened
not
to
alone.
me too. You're not alone.
Oh. R.I.P.
Okay.
They need to put like a emergency note in your thing. I'm sure they have a note in there. She just didn't see it.
I know.
I
And she's my
hope.
same hygienist that's been seeing me for like years, you know, so I don't
Yeah.
know. Maybe she's having an off day or something. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what's your
bummer.
fave and fail of the week?
Okay, my fave and fail. So my fave was that the day after Thanksgiving, Halloween, the day after Halloween. I love Halloween. That's great. I love a good time. But we were so exhausted. My gosh. So luckily her school, my older daughter's school, they had the next day off. So that was nice. She had some stuff to do. I don't remember what it was, but oh no, we were so tired the next day. That's what it was. We were supposed to have a movie night that night, but we were all so exhausted that we actually ended up doing it Saturday night, like family movie night in the living room, inflatable mattress, popcorn. We ordered pizza and had that, because we'll do that for like a girls' night if my husband's doing something. We don't usually order pizza, you know, because I don't want him missing out on too much. So this time we actually ordered pizza, and it was fun. We played the Switch, and then we were like, well, we want to watch a movie that's not like just the same old kid movie that we all have already seen. So we did Kicking and Screaming with Will Ferrell.
Oh,
my older daughter.
I
yes.
love that movie.
It's so funny,
It's so
and
good.
it's like the perfect amount. My oldest daughter's 9, so it's like there's some like adult jokes in there, but they're subtle. Like, she doesn't know him, you know? So she loved it. That was hilarious. So she's like, who's this Will Ferrell guy? We ended up watching a little bit of Zoolander after that, and she was cracking up. And we all fell asleep. But she wants to finish watching it. But she's just like, the merman! So she's saying, and it's just so cute. So that's my fave of the week for sure. It's just like slowly like exposing her to those comedies, because I want to cultivate that sense of humor so she can relate to us.
That.
And
then, Will Ferrell, you're in for a treat.
I know. We decided our next movie night will be Talladega Nights, because that was good. So we were trying to decide between the two of them, and then because I had only seen Kicking and Screaming one time before, so it was like a lot of new stuff for me again. So it was great. And then my fail of the week is so stupid, but apparently it was funny enough at the time for me to write it down. So last week at the gym, So I have my routine in the morning, you know, I take my kids to school and I walk the dog, and then I always have like an earbud in if I'm listening to a book, you know, or something. And I had it in all morning, and then we went kind of late to the gym, dropped my daughter off at her area, and I go to get my towel, put my stuff away in my locker. I'm like, realize my earbud's not in. And I only ever wear one, because when I wear two, it kind of drives me crazy unless I'm like on an airplane or something. Because with kids, I can't have full noise cancellation, and it freaks me out. So I just wear one. And I'm like, oh no. So then obviously on your phone, you could track it. And it says maybe like it's in the garage. I was like, okay. So I'm like kind of starting to walk over there, but I'm still in the locker room. It's like a big locker room. So I like walk towards there, but then it keeps moving. I was like, okay, maybe somebody found it and turned it in at the front desk. So I'm just kind of watching it for a second. It's kind of being weird. And I have the other one, obviously. So it's saying one's with me, and it's saying the other one is somewhere else. And then so I'm like, maybe it's like in my body, because I'm wearing a sweater. I'm wearing a hoodie. like maybe it fell out like in my hair or something, you know?
Yeah.
Like, so I'm like checking. I think I had a ponytail though, and like trying to reach up to my hood, and it was like one of those thick ass hoods. Like I can't like no okay. And then I'm checking my side pockets, checking my purse, and then like an idiot, I check my hoodie pocket. Oh, it's right there. So at some point, I just took it out and stuck it in my pocket, which is like the worst place to put a tiny AirPod. Because I can't believe that it even stayed in there. Like with all I don't know how long it was in there, but luckily, I was glad that I didn't walk all the way back to the garage and drive myself crazy because I'd see it moving. I'd be like, ah. So here's a lesson. Here's a PSA. Don't take your AirPods out. Put them in the case.
Put them in the case.
Which I usually do, but there must have been like something really quick that I was like, huh? And then it was a close call. Death.
It's like when you're like, I'm not going to put my credit card back in my wallet. I'm just going to stick it in my pocket and I'll put it back in my wallet later.
Yeah.
Never a good idea.
Never. It's never going to make it there.
It's like, I want to make myself panic later.
Yeah.
That's what I'm doing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
There's not enough drama in my life lately. Let me do this.
Let me freak out at the gas station. Yeah, exactly.
You know who I miss? The DMV. I haven't seen those people in a while. Yeah, right. Sorry.
Okay, so.
All right, time to get into it, guys. Let's get serious.
Yeah, good luck. Good luck. All right. So we're going to be talking about full sack first.
Yeah, you know?
Okay. So we're just going to, this is going to be kind of a weird episode because we are going to be giving spoilers probably from here on out. Like,
yeah, so zibbity-doo-ba-da, get out of here if you don't want to be spoiled on these books. But I also warn you should probably find out what some of this content is before.
Yeah. If you really are curious, then look up 3 Times the Fun and Full Sack on Kindle Unlimited or Amazon, just so you can kind of get an idea. But I mean, it's just smutty Thanksgiving reads, so that's what you're getting into. Yeah. So my one sentence review and spice and star rating, and then we'll get yours of Full Sack. Okay. So I rated it a 4 spice and a 3 star, which might surprise you. But honestly, the reason why is because it was so strangely inventive.
Yeah.
I had to give it 3 stars. I was like, I've never read anything like it. So you get 3 stars just for that. Yeah. That's it. Yeah.
Okay. All right. My review might surprise you.
Okay. All right. She's like 5 stars.
Okay. I try my best to rate things in the zone that they are. Okay. And where they lie. To me, this is like, it's high fantasy, full smut. Like,
I guess.
I didn't see any of this coming.
No.
Everything was twisty and turny. I was emotional. Outward emotions, jaw dropping. What? What? The whole time, the whole 110 pages. I honestly think with the next book we'll talk about, you could listen to it and not be spoiled. This one, I kind of want people to just go read it and check back in with us. I want some more people to be traumatized with us, please.
Oh my gosh.
Because if you know what happens, then it takes the fun out of it. So when we get to the spoilers in a second, I'll let you know because, geez, okay. 4 stars at least.
4 stars at least.
It was so weird. It was so crazy. Oh my gosh. I'm horrified. It's a little bit of horror. Like,
it's actually a horror book.
Maybe 5 stars in the genre that it is, but I don't know what that genre is other than like, you guys, it's weird. This is like fantasy. This is like I'm talking about like without trying to give anything away. It's so Like, nothing about this is real life. Like, this is
No.
So I'm definitely
this is not contemporary.
I'm not talking about, like, taboo, not taboo. This is, like, so weird. I don't know how else to say it. So if you want a really weird, like, really, if you want to be shocked and like, what am I reading? Just read this. Skip ahead like 10 minutes to the rest of the stuff that we talk about and enjoy it and check back in with us. DM us. I would love to hear other people's thoughts. Because, oh my gosh. But yeah, 4 to 5 stars for what it is.
Oh my gosh, I love that for you.
It stuck with me. Can't say in a good way.
I mean,
I can't
will
look
never
at some
be
things
able
ever again the same.
No. We'll never be able to
Toasters?
unsee it. Yeah.
Turkeys? Tanuki? Golly. I didn't see any of that coming. Well, hey-o.
Guys.
We're in the spoiler zone, by the way.
Yeah, we're in the spoiler zone. All right, so.
Okay.
I'm not doing we're not doing 5-sentence summaries because that's not necessary.
They're so short. It's like almost the whole book. Like,
yeah.
These were only like 100 pages on average, so.
We're just going to give you this is what happened in a nutshell to decide if this wild ride is something that you'd be interested in going on this journey with us that Ashley has rated a 4 to 5 stars.
It delivered. It delivered on what like I was looking for like cringy, ridiculous.
Yeah.
I cannot believe that this book exists, honestly.
But like good for that's how I feel about
good
good for the author. Like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, absolutely.
You had this crazy idea and you're like, I'm gonna make it into a book. Here you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
And it's somebody's fantasy, that's for sure.
Yeah.
So
yeah. I don't think
ride.
It's mine, but that's okay. Doesn't need to be, you know?
All right. Tell me something you liked about it, Liz.
Well,
you're gonna go into the I'm jumping.
I'm just gonna tell the people kind of what it was about, just for anyone who doesn't know, because it's so specifically strange that it's like I feel like we need to talk about it a little bit before we just get into the questions, you know?
Fair.
So so you have this woman. She has a sick cat. She wants to do, she's done everything in her power to try to, she's taken it to all the vets. The vets are like, we can't cure your cat. Sorry. And she hears about this back alley guy named Racoon, which, first of all, his name is Racoon. Okay.
Yeah.
Named Racoon, who essentially has some kind of magic and can do anything that people want him to do, but you just have to go give him a BJ, basically.
Yeah, some kind of sexual favor. Yeah.
Yeah, and she's like, whatever. Like, if it saves my cat, I'll do it.
Yeah.
Great. So she goes, she finds him. He's like, yeah, sure, I can heal your cat, no problem. He's like, but no, I don't want a sexual favor from you right now. What are you doing for Thanksgiving?
Because you might be wondering, what does this have to do with Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Well, and she's like, well, I was going to go to my parents' house or whatever, but like my family's really dysfunctional. I don't get along with them, blah, blah, blah. He's like, no worries. Just take me to Thanksgiving with you. And she's like, okay, and I'll cure your cat. And she's like, okay, whatever. So they get on his motorcycle. They go to Thanksgiving. He cures the cat. And basically, I feel like the catalyst, I'm like trying to think of like how we find out what his magical power is. Was it with the toaster first?
The toaster comes first.
No pun intended. Yeah. Okay, so basically you find out that he is part of a long line of magical creatures that have descended since his like great-great-grandfather or whatever, who have the ability to essentially like ejaculate items.
Objects.
Yeah, like he grows them in his ball sack and then shoots them out his penis.
This isn't an April Fool's episode. This is real. I was like,
like
yeah,
the way
that's
it's
what
described, in the book is like, it's like you said, it's like horror, but also it could really probably do it for some people. That person is not me, but like, I'm not going to judge you if it's you, you know, like good for you. I think he was just trying to like tell her like, hey, like he was trying to show her like what his powers were. And he was like, hey, what's something you need around your house? And she's like, I don't know. I need a toaster. And he's like, hold my beer. There you go.
And he gives her a toaster.
And he gives her a toaster.
So, but it's like, I think it would be one thing for me if it was like a bippity boppity boo situation and like sprinkles and magic.
Yeah.
But the way Liz touched on, it is described as forming.
Like you can
fill in
see,
the rest. You could
like
see things.
You can see things expanding to like this unnatural size and then shooting out. Like what?
That's horrific.
Yeah.
5 stars. Listen, you think that's it gets worse.
It does get worse.
So much worse.
So, you know, her mom seems to be like really uptight. She's kind of a B word. And because the cat is cured, the cat jumped up onto the counter in the kitchen and like started eating the turkey that she had already prepared and had been working on all day.
Well, they keep going upstairs and doing it. So they're not watching the cat.
Yeah, exactly. So they're kind of like doing it on the side or whatever. Because the thing is, he needs the assistance of another person to be able to make these magical things appear. Yeah. So he can't do that on his own. So the mom gets all upset. I know, how sad. So the mom gets all upset because her turkey's ruined. And he's like, don't worry about it. I'll go make you another turkey. Guys.
Yes, you just heard that right.
You just heard that right. So they go off in another room. He produces a turkey.
A turkey! Mm-hmm. With all the turkeyness. Roasted.
He literally shoots it out into the turkey pan. Now. Can we talk about that? I was like, no way. No. And then they eat it, guys. The whole family. Everyone eats it. Yeah. Yeah. And everyone's like, this is great. It's great. It tastes great. Apparently,
but she actually like somehow like kind of tells them, but they just think it's, you know, a joke. And she's like, well, I did my part. I did my part.
Yeah, exactly. And so, and then basically it ends with them essentially falling in love and being together.
Because he's like saying, her fated mate, essentially.
Yeah.
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 She finds out what he
horrified by him.
Yeah, he's a tanuki, which if you've ever played Mario, Super Mario, Mario Kart, it's like when it's the creature, it's a Japanese creature or mythical creature that is like raccoon looking. So Mario in his like little brown raccoon suit, that's based off a tanuki. So he is that. He's a secret lineage of tanuki.
So
and he found his girl. He found his match.
Yeah. And they ride off into the sunset on his motorcycle, and that's that. But he does also have a tail, but it's not revealed until almost the end. But it's a fluffy tail.
Yes, I screamed. And I yelled at Liz, a tail! But I'm willing to look past it because it's like super fluffy and cute. It'll pass.
And it only is sometimes. Like, it's like he has to make it appear. Like, it's not like it's all the time there.
Yeah. So that one's all right with me. But that is what we read.
That's what we read.
That's a fever dream.
Yeah.
That's for sure.
So
Nightmare.
it's like literally a dream you would have one night and you'd wake up and be like, I'm never going to tell anyone about that.
Yeah. Well, this person said, I'm going to write a book about that.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, good for you, Layla.
Seriously. So, okay. So what was something you liked about this book?
That it shocked me to my very core. I laughed. I cried of tears of trauma. Like, it made me feel stuff, for sure. Like
a wide range of emotions.
A wide range of emotions. Because like, at first, I was like, okay, here we go. And then I was like, oh, look it. Oh, that's sweet. This is going to like turn into like a cheesy sweet thing. And then, whoa, it had something for everyone. So
Yeah.
I liked it. I may or may not have a hard time looking at turkeys the same this year. You know, it is what it is. It is what it is.
Yeah.
What about you? What did you like about this book?
You know, I felt that the MMC was actually written really well.
Yeah, he was great.
Like I was surprised. I was like, he's great. I felt like his dialogue, like their dialogue was good. Like he was strangely not cringy, if that makes sense. It's like what he was doing was cringy, but he was not cringy.
And her too. I felt
too.
like for how short of a book this was, that's how you do some quick character development. You understood what was going. Well, you understood what was going on. As weird as it is, like you weren't confused. Everybody had their place and their part, and like even the sister was a developed character in like a quick short.
Totally.
You know, you don't have to have like these 1,000-page books in order to create a developed character and a plot line. So it was just a short book and it had all the things in it that I would look for books, but there was some bonus things in there that, you know, were very shocking.
A lot of bonus things. Yeah.
What did you hate about this book, Liz? Tell us.
I mean, it's hard. It's like you have a love-hate relationship with it because it's like, what did I hate the most? I hated the visual, because it was written so well that you could picture exactly what was happening. So while I hated the visual, the book wouldn't have been the same or as entertaining had you not had that visual. So it's like I hate it, but I also understand why it's necessary, and like good for them for being able to write the imagery so clearly.
You know, we got to check out this author, because if she could do that well, maybe she has some,
who knows,
a little less crazy stuff.
Well, I was almost wondering, I think I may have even said this to you in the beginning, because the writing was good. So I'm like, I almost feel like, is this like a really good popular author who writes other things that we've read, but this is like a pseudonym that they're writing under for the, do you know what I mean? Like that's kind of the vibe that I got. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because it was really well written for like what we're talking, the context that we're talking here. Like, come on.
Yeah. Totally. I was impressed. I was like,
oh my gosh, the trigger warnings. Liz sent me a screenshot. She's like, oh no, what have we done? What have I done? You know, like Anakin says, like, and I was like, dude, just look at the trigger warnings, guys. It's crazy.
Yeah. That's funny all within itself. So what was something that you hated?
Yeah, the visual.
The visual.
Like it was apparently necessary, but I can't get it out.
Yeah.
He could.
Yeah, which is good. It just seems like, I think it's because it's like,
it just seems so
should
painful.
be painful, but it's not. You know, it's just,
well.
I don't know, man. Okay, so this was a question that I added in because I was curious. You know, what did you think about the like plot versus smut ratio in this book, in this novella?
I thought it was balanced well.
Yeah. Same.
I definitely didn't need more, but I didn't feel like I felt like it was just perfectly balanced. Yeah.
Yeah, because it was like there was enough like interesting and like bizarre plot going on that it kept you engaged, you know?
Yeah. I read it like really fast. Yeah.
Yeah, totally. Okay. So, I
got some reviews for us.
Yeah, I'm like, what am I trying to say? I do have some reviews, and they're quite funny. Okay, let's see here. I saved them in my photos.
I think if you don't take it seriously, you know, it's just a good time.
Yeah, like, okay, I'm sorry, but like, who's literally taking, like, this was not like was it a Nobel Prize winner? Was it a Pulitzer Prize? Like, no, but come on. You know, it is what it is. Yeah. Enjoy it for what it is. Okay, so there was 1,287 ratings. Wow. So that's actually quite a lot, yeah. It had an average of a 3.81. So not bad, not bad. And this is on Goodreads. Okay, so heads up, there's going to be a little bit of cussing in this next section, but I'm just reading someone's review, but it was too good. I had to.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Ale, the feral reader, rated it 5 stars. She said, Racoon wizard fucks a virgin on holiday that glorifies the colonization of indigenous people. Also, magical ball sacks and winter-themed flavored jizz, which we did not talk about.
I forgot about that.
I know. Literally, it's flavored like hot buttered rum, so that does it for you. Okay. Then Christy rated it 5 stars. She says, he has a magical ball sack. That's it. That's the book. 5 stars.
That's a hilarious review.
Okay, so then I looked up a couple 1 stars. Let's see. How do you unwrite? Okay, this is Jaleesa. Jaleesa!
She's haunting you.
If you guys know, you know at this point. No, will they know? Or is that in a different episode that
I don't remember.
Okay, well, Jaleesa, not this person, but like the name comes up again. So it's haunting me, apparently. Yeah. Okay. Jaleesa rated it 1 star. She says, how do you unwrite someone else's book?
They're traumatized.
Yeah, Bree says, these are all 1 star. Bree says, oh my God, this was the least appetizing story about Thanksgiving. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. Still 4 or 5 stars, though.
And then Becky, this one cracked me up. 1 star. I hate myself and I want to die so that I can stop existing as a person who has read this book. The amount of physical, mental, and emotional distress this book has put me through is something I do not think I will be able to recover from. To my book club and to the author of this book, I demand reparations for the experiences that this book gave me. Do not ever read this. You will be filled with regret.
To my book club? That's hilarious.
I love that.
A group of people read that together.
This is what we need to read. This is for our book club. Yeah. I was like, I love that. That's hilarious.
Dude.
So.
Yeah. Talk about a palate cleanser that'll wake you up.
Yeah, I mean. Geez.
You know?
Seriously. So, okay. I feel like that pretty much wraps that up. Do you have any other thoughts on Full Sack to share with the group?
I can't stop laughing about it. It's just so crazy. That's it. That's all I have to say.
The only thing that I have left to say is just I feel like this is a missed opportunity for a Christmas read because literally he could just be shooting presents out.
And maybe he does.
It's called Full
Sack. I said, like maybe he has one that is for Christmas. Why not? He brings joy to the world. Oh my gosh.
Raccoon. An unlikely Santa Claus. Okay.
Okay.
Okay, so
let's talk about the next one, I guess. Listen, the next one's going to be disappointing, I feel, to everybody else. We're going to come off of a high here. But maybe it
depends on what people are into, you know. So this one is called 3 Times the Fun by Blythe Reid. This is a contemporary Thanksgiving romance, so this doesn't have any fantasy elements in it. So why don't you kick us off with your star and spice rating if you want to give it.
So this one, again, I try my best to stay within the category that it is, but still a 2 star for me.
2 star? Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Because it's just meh. I don't know. Nothing to write
home about.
This was harder to finish than the last one. Even though the other one was so ridiculous. Yeah, this one was only 80 pages, and I struggled. I was like, I kept falling asleep. So, yeah. Mm-hmm. What about you? What say you?
I rated this one 3 stars. And I guess my review would just be like, you know, if you're looking for a why choose reverse harem contemporary Thanksgiving story, you'd probably really enjoy this, like a quick read.
Yeah.
But, you know, there was nothing about it that really made it stand out to me, except for one thing that I'll talk about later.
Yeah.
But, I feel like it was fine for what it was.
Yeah, this was all right.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and then spice, I think I rated it 4 spice.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, why don't you give us your little summary of what it's about?
Okay, well, girl gets divorced because the husband's a jerk, cheated on her, and she moves back to Vegas, or was already in Vegas, I don't remember. Lives with her parents while she figures out kind of what she's going to do next, but she's in the fashion world. She flies around a lot, so she doesn't need to buy a house. She kind of is coming into her own, if you will, after, you know, being married to a dull dud for 7 years and is ready to reclaim her sexual prowls and experiment a lot. Let's put it that way.
Okay.
So she comes home from a trip. It's Thanksgiving week. Her friend tells her about a saucy club, if you will, where people meet to rendezvous explicitly. And she goes, she does the thing, she finds a dude, they do it, and then she goes back for some more. She tells her friend, like, that was great. She's like, cool, go again. She finds another dude, great. Finds another dude. No, goes back, sees both the dudes, and they're with a third dude. And then they're like, great. And then they all keep going together, and they're like, great. And then some of them have feelings, and then she's like, no. And they're like, okay, fine. And then she's like, I'll take you all or none. And they're like, okay, fine. And then she flies them around the world on her dime. And they all get to do it all the time. And they live happily ever after. That's the book.
Yeah.
How'd I do?
I think you did well. You know, I would say, like I said, you know, I feel like the spice was written fine. Like, it wasn't cringy to me. Like, it was okay for what it was.
Yeah.
The guys were fine for an 80-page book or whatever this was. Like, I feel like they were fine. I think what I liked about it was that they all sat down at the end and had so I guess this would be something that I liked about it, is that they all sat down and they had a conversation about how they were going to, like, proceed. Yeah. Because at this point, you know, all three, from what we can gather, all three men are falling in love with her. Mm-hmm. And she likes them, but she's like, I'm not going to choose between you guys. So we're either all going to be in a relationship together or, like, not at all. And they're like hesitant about it at first, but then they all come to an agreement that that's going to be the best decision. And then and I felt like that was a good representation of something other than just a, you know, normative, like, heterosexual relationship. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, for
like,
sure.
whatever is, like, always portrayed in popular media. So it kind of showed, like, a different way of existing, which I thought was cool.
Yeah. Yeah. They're mature about it. So the thing I liked about it is that she stuck to her guns with that. Because they did. The two guys, I felt like the third guy honestly wasn't written well. He seemed like a kind of, like, background noise guy, just there to have a third guy. The other two guys were kind of getting a little bit possessive of her. And so I like that she had made clear-cut rules for herself and was sticking to them.
Yeah, totally.
And that she was like, she doesn't want to do that again, at least right now. So she's going to stick to her grounds, and there you go. Strong, confident woman.
Yeah, I appreciated that too, especially after coming out of, like, a bad relationship and stuff. Yeah. Like, she didn't really seem to, like, I don't know, like, meek or unsure of herself. Yeah. Like, she was like, no, I'm going to go have fun, and this is what I'm doing. Yeah. You know? Yeah. So something that I did not like was, I didn't like that she's got these three, so she's got three men. Three. So that isn't the whole point of, like, having a harem, reverse harem, whatever you want to call it, is that you have multiple men so that all of your needs are met, whether that be, you know, obviously sexually, but then also, like, just in life. Like, you have all these guys to basically take care of you. And I'm like, yet between the three of them, they can't scrape up the money to go on to take her on a vacation? Yeah. Why is she flying them all over the world?
She freaking flew them to Paris. Like, I didn't like that either.
I didn't know. It icked me out. All three of you have jobs. All three of you are grown men. Yeah. I get it if it's, like, one time she wants to take them as, like, a treat or, like, whatever. But it kind of, like, the way they implied it was that she was always, like, on her dime paying for everything for them.
And then they get her, like, this ugly necklace or something. Which I thought was going to be, like, a promise ring. And I was about to, like, gag all over the place. And it was, like, a necklace with, like, their initials all on it. But, yeah, I agree. I got icked out, too.
Was that your least favorite part, or did
no?
You have
my least favorite part is this was supposed to be a freaking Thanksgiving book, and it wasn't.
Yeah, it had very little to do. Like, basically, the only thing it had to do with Thanksgiving was it happened at Thanksgiving time.
Like, yeah, 100%. She was there. Came back in time for. She went Black Friday shopping. Whoopie doo. I don't know. Yeah. Sorry. She went Black Friday
Like,
shopping for like 2 pages, and then yeah,
we were expecting someone to shoot a turkey out of his ball sack, and it didn't happen, and so we're disappointed.
And maybe it's because I read the other one first, but like, come on. No, yeah, it wasn't for being what is supposed to be a Thanksgiving book. It wasn't. So
yeah, it was not very Thanksgiving.
That's probably what soured my mouth. Make me more judgy on this one.
Did you feel like the plot versus smut ratio in this novella was good, or how did you feel about it?
Not for me, but that might be a me problem. Like, I'm not a smut girly per se, so it just felt like a short, mostly all smut. And maybe that's because I didn't like I liked the character, but like I didn't care about anything at all.
Yeah, no character development really enough to like care
for
about
anybody.
The characters, all that. Yeah.
Yeah. What about you?
Yeah. I feel like for what it was, because it was just supposed to be a short, smutty novella, like it achieved its goal for sure. So I feel like in that way the ratio is fine, because I guess if I'm reading like an 80-page smutty thing, I'm not expecting much plot. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So for that reason, it's fine. But yeah, if you're expecting any kind of like real in-depth plot, like this would not be the book to choose at all.
No, definitely not.
Okay, so do you have some reviews of 3 Times the Fun?
Yeah. So here we go. Okay, so this one had a lesser rating, 900 something reviews, 970 on Goodreads, 3.68 average rating. So this one got less than the crazy Racoon full sack. Okay, so I'll start with my 1 stars. There weren't very many like written ones for any of the things, but this is by Shay. I'm shocked at how many good reviews this has. The writing is just awful, and the romance scenes are rushed and not hot. I agree. They did feel rushed in this weird way. They did. I don't know. By AM, I think that's what it is too, is like, to me, the smut scenes weren't even like that great. So it's like, I'm not like, nothing's pulling me in.
Yeah.
It's just, I'm just getting through it to get through it for science. That's it.
Yeah.
So
I could see that for sure. Yeah.
And then this one's by AM, 1 star. Oh boy, the writing style here is going to make me nuts. Page 1, she describes herself in her own phone reflection, not as a selfie even. And then she gives like a bunch of examples of all the things that she hated. Ends with none of the description. Oh, and also none of the descriptions of herself make sense. She's skinny, but she's also very curvy. And then they said at the end, after all that stuff they said, they DNF'd it at 11%, which is like 2 chapters. I don't know, what, 20
Not
pages?
even.
No, I don't know. 11%, that's like 10 pages. Well, whatever.
Yeah.
So their review technically shouldn't count, in my opinion, but they're not wrong either. So I included it. Okay. 5 stars by Glenda. Better than triple servings of pumpkin pie. Glenda, you saucy dog. And then by Mira, awesome book. If you like reverse harem romance novels, then you will definitely want to read this book. Love the storyline and the intense love scenes. There you go.
Yeah. Just depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, totally. Totally.
Yeah.
All right.
So, okay. So let's see. So first of all, as just a wrap up here, as our Thanksgiving smut episode, so cringy Thanksgiving. So do you understand, after reading these 2 novellas, why holiday smut is a microtrope? Like, specifically, like, why people are into it?
I mean,
I feel like there's less when it comes to Thanksgiving, but there's so much when it comes to Christmas. So the whole, like, holiday thing is definitely a thing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, of course. Of course. I get it. Do you get it?
I mean, I think so. I think it's just the same. It's basically just the dirtier version of why people love the holiday, like Hallmark movies and stuff. We just want to watch people fall in love at the holidays. And in this case, it's just fall in love, and we're doing it with 3 guys at a sex club,
Yeah, totally.
Same thing. Same. Yeah. I think it fulfills a similar purpose, I guess is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah. People just want to be in the vibe of whatever season it is, So in whatever capacity. So why not?
I want to imagine I think people too like to think about like falling in love like around the holiday time.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's a romantic time.
Yeah. Yeah.
So are you into Thanksgiving smut now?
No. I'm more horrified by it now, if anything. Quite frankly. Quite frankly.
Yeah.
Because I honestly feel like I can only use the first one as an example. So I'm terrified.
Yeah. Yeah, it's still, I feel like it doesn't count as Thanksgiving smut technically if all it is it just takes place during Thanksgiving. Like there needs to be more.
Like it needs to be like Hallmarky in a way that it's like, oh, and then like, you know, they rubbed mashed potatoes on me or something like that. You know, like come on. Like there's mashed potatoes falling from the sky. Like a Hallmark has like snow, you know, and then they kiss. Like make it something. You gotta wrap it in more.
Yeah, like at least meet one of the guys at the grocery store when you're shopping for Thanksgiving ingredients, like something, you know?
I thought it'd be more food related or something. It ain't. It's not. So, what about you, Liz? Are you into it?
No, not really. Like, no.
I didn't think I was going to be, so, yeah.
I mean, I like that, you know, now we have some, like, weird Thanksgiving lore.
Yeah.
To think about, like that's funny to me. So I guess maybe if like someone were to recommend another, like basically after listening to this episode, if we had a listener reach out and be like, guys, there's this other Thanksgiving book that is crazy that you need to read, I'd probably read it just out of sheer curiosity.
We're doing this again. We're doing this next year. This is going to be a thing, whether you guys like it or not.
So yeah, I mean, in that capacity, yes, but will it be like at the top of my list? Like, oh, well, it's almost Thanksgiving. Got to make sure to read my weird Thanksgiving stuff. Like, no, not really.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, I guess that pretty much like answers the question of if you're going to read another, right? Like if we're going to read another.
Yeah. So, this year, no, I'm good.
But next
year. I really got a full year's worth here. But next year, I say we do it again. See if we could top full sack. Definitely send us your recommendations.
I'm kind of wondering because, like I said, I'm pretty positive. It's gonna be a hard high to chase. Well, I'm pretty positive that that's part of like a series, and so I'm wondering. Hold on, we're just, you know what?
We're just hanging out here.
Look it up. Why don't we just look it up and find out the truth? Because, you know,
the truth will set you free.
The truth will set you free. There might be a whole bunch of them that we could read. Let's see. And then why don't you, while I'm looking this up, why don't you tell people what we have planned for our cringy Christmas?
We're doing it again. We haven't picked our books yet. I don't know.
Oh my. Well, no, just like the fact that, yeah, like if you guys liked this episode, then we're going to be doing it again for Christmas. Also, I looked up full sack and just a whole bunch of beanbags popped up. So
hey, that's better than the alternative. Okay, so here.
I'm on Amazon.
Yeah, here we go. We are going to do the same thing, but for Christmas, obviously, because Liz talked about it at the beginning. We had this was inspired by Christmas, and we decided to do it for Thanksgiving too. So very cringy Christmas coming to your homes early December. We're going to read it. If you guys want to join us, let us know. We'll put a Fable up of the reads that we're going to have. It's going to be a great time.
Yeah, I'm excited. Okay, so we've got the details on this. So it's part of a series by Layla Faye called Monster Ever After. There are 9 books.
Wow.
Are you ready for this? Okay, so there's Jack, Halloween Monster Erotica. Oh. Grimm, which is just regular monster erotica. There's Satan, a Christmas monster romance.
Oh.
Orc, a monster erotica story. So we've got orcs. Ashley, oh my god.
It better not just be a giant tail.
Okay. Crow.
Oh, yeah. We'll have to slot that in somewhere.
So we've got Crow, we've got Full Sack, we've got Mr. Jingle, a Christmas monster romance. We have Bunny, which is Easter.
Oh, golly!
And then, oh, gross. Okay, and then we have, and I only say gross because I'm a vegan, guys, but it's literally called Thick Beef. It's a Minotaur story.
Oh, jeez. Well, we might need to do one of those Christmas ones for science to see if it's as shocking.
Mr. Jingle or Satan are our options. But I also feel like we might have to read the Crow book at some point because
there's another Crow one somebody recommended us, so that might just need to be an episode on
just
its
crows,
standalone, dedicated to crows. I hope everybody heard my crows in the Halloween episode. I put a lot of work into that.
It was pretty cool.
By work, I mean going out and recording the crows. But then I put in the
Were
intro.
those actual crows that you recorded?
The
like from outside? Yeah. That's awesome.
I think I have so much footage of it at this point.
So let's sign off with a little bit of a smash or pass.
Yeah,
you wanna go first?
let's do
you
it.
Want me to go first?
I'll go. Let me look up his name. Okay, because it's this. Okay, Fern Gully, the smoke monster. Hexus is his name. Smash or pass?
Hexus. Gosh, it's been so long since I've seen
You
Fern
weren't
Gully.
Traumatized like I was from him? Okay, I'll tell you right now, it's a pass for me. He freaked me out, but I would watch it.
I
would watch it, and I'd get so freaked out. So it's a traumatizing pass for me. But a lot of people is a smash for.
Yeah, okay. So I don't really remember a whole lot about him, but that's what he looks like. Yeah. So I'm going to say smash for sure. Just based on
I get it, and he's definitely intense. But he's pollution also, and he's ruining the rainforest.
Pollution.
I can't look past it.
I was going to smash he's pollution.
Yeah. He's deforestation. Sensation in a nutshell. He's the embodiment of deforestation. Dang it, I said it right the first time. Don't jinx it. Okay.
Deforestation. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, sure. So my smash or pass, my husband came up with for you.
Great.
It's just pretty funny. Okay, so smash or pass, the Pillsbury Doughboy.
Oh my gosh. What is their food obsessions?
I don't know.
These guys. Okay, pass.
Yeah, it's definitely a pass, but I think the reason why I found this to be so funny was because, I looked up pictures of him because I was like, I don't really remember like what he looks like. Like I did remember what he looked like, but like didn't really remember. You know what I mean? Because I don't watch a whole lot of commercials, whatever. So, he's always like this, where he's got like his arms up, like this. And my husband was like, oh yeah, like he does that and then makes the Pillsbury Doughboy like, ha-ha, or whatever, like noise he makes, like when he finishes. Because we were talking about full sack.
Oh, geez.
And I was like, and now we've come full circle. We have a full circle moment.
Full circle.
Yeah.
As sweet as that is.
And you know what? Now, this Thanksgiving, when you're, baking something with a Pillsbury something, you'll think of us and full sack. Yeah. You're welcome.
You're welcome. Oh, man.
Well,
this was a hoot, guys.
It was a hoot. I'm glad we did it. I'm glad we read.
I'm glad we did it.
These things that we read.
Yeah. It's going to take some recovery, but I'll get through it.
Yeah. We'll get through it.
I'll let you know how Thanksgiving goes. Oh, no, really. This was fun. Like we said, we're going to do it again for Christmas. So buckle up, buttercups. Get your eggnog spiked and, I don't know, have a jolly good time with us because that'll be early December. Make sure to follow, like, and subscribe. That way you get notified when not only that video goes out, but all our other Tuesday episodes, as well as I think this is going up while Twilight's still going on. So we're reading those, watching those, and we're talking about those on Fridays until we take our break. And then we'll have our next miniseries up in the next year, in the new year. That's crazy. All the more reason to follow and subscribe so don't miss out on anything. And make sure to check us out on Instagram, at TikTok, at Besties in the Books podcast. Anything else? Anything else you want to say?
No, I think that's good. I think we'll just have to see you next Tuesday.
And maybe Friday. I don't know about time. But we'll see you when we see you. All right.
We'll see you when we see you. Bye.